Welcome back, guys, and welcome to the next episode of City Skylines with me, Pug Gaming. So, the aftermath of the golf episode last week, I'm thinking now that this area needs something, and I think what will suit this area best is a small little town, and they will be quite upper market and posh houses. So I'm going to make this into quite a posh area, just situated in these tree lines, very close to the golf course. I'm going to try not to make this as big a town as the first one we done, which we class as Ashwell. Just a few little scattered houses around here. I might do a little housing estate a bit further down, a bit later on. I want these ones here to be the big semi-detached houses, though, to really show the value of this area to live in. Now I was thinking of ways to create this area and make it seem like a more higher market area. This lake anyway will already enhance its value, but I'm thinking about it here in the little central area here. I wanted to create a sort of a central point, more of a meeting place, I guess, but something that looked quite fancy, the sort of thing you tend to see in a small village, sort of a village sort of communal area, circle area, I guess, somewhere in the middle of the whole place, and somewhere that's pretty. You can go and sit and chill out, and yeah, so here we go. So what I wanted to do here is create another little park area. I found this little lake. Not too happy with the colour of the water, but we're going to keep it. Can't find anything else that's better suited. If anyone else knows of a better lake or so to add into this little field area, please let me know. I wanted to create a little five-a-side football pitch over here, a little park in the corner, just something to bring people around this area. It's a posh part. Posh parts do tend to have nice little areas for you to sit and chill out, and there's always got to be a park with some description for the kids of the area. Again, this episode was a lot of hours. I'd probably say close to 4 to 5 hours on this episode, mostly down to the tree placements. Like I say to you, I don't like to use any mods to do tree placements. I like to do it by freehand, and I like to combine certain trees with one another to create a more, what I would class as realistic sort of feel to the tree areas. Decided to extend the fields farm area here. You generally do see farms breaking up these sort of areas, especially around the sort of suburbs and golf course areas. I must say this central area, with the use of these stones, which I really do like, they look really pretty, especially when you combine them with some concrete slabs and some foliage as well. I think that area looked really well. It's worked out really well, actually, in fact, much better than I was expecting. So the next step now was to bring in a modern but not too overkill sort of housing estate over here. We needed somewhere to bring some of the schools into and the police station, etc. So I was thinking we'll class this area here as a small housing estate, but we're going to have some shops and a few other assets coming off of it for the police station, etc. So as you can see from here, this is as big as I want this area to go, no bigger than this. It's more of a case now just filling out what we've got. The school here, I decided to add a playground and school field, just to enhance its look. The schools and the assets and props, etc., never seem to have a very big area for a school playing ground, and from what I understand in the UK, there is a hell of a lot of schools that have a huge playground, or at least a big field next door where they can send the kids to go and run around on during the lunch hour. So this last section on this episode is pretty much just detailing. We had the school, add some extra features, a bit of a playground, we mess around a bit with concrete and just make it look a little bit more appealing. The worry I had on the housing estate was there was too much concrete at one point, so on this time lapse you'll see that I reduced that capacity, had some car parks and some more flowers and foliage. So next I wanted to create this little area, and it's based as it started off as a fishing sort of pier, and that was all I was going to do, but once I found these little stones, I thought to myself, why don't I make a bit of a beach, not a proper beach, but a stony sort of cobbly, typical British beach, and so I used a terraform here and just brought the land down a little bit. It's not somewhere for someone to come and sunbathe in the summer. It's more of a sort of dog walking area. People can come and do their fishing. Just something a little bit different. And I did notice that these stones really do look good. Look at that. As the waves are coming in, it looks really, really good, really realistic. It's a pretty good find. I like these. So once that was done, the only other area we had with some lacking of something was just here, and it kind of made sense to me. Thinking about what the UK is like in terms of driving down motorways, you do find every 30 to 40 miles you have a little service station. So I wanted to create a very small one here, small in the sense of there's only one way into this this service station. You can't come from the other lane over to the side, it's just purely the one lane. So a quick little McDonald's, and trying to find another little shop, but I couldn't find anything that really suited the needs. So a little petrol station and coverage of the car parking area was always needed here to bring this to life. I also found these barriers as well. I just wanted to make the area a little bit safer. Generally these are used on the motorways, and I may add these at some point into the motorways, but for the time being it makes this area a little bit more safer, a little bit more realistic. And that pretty much completes this little service station. The roundabout here, just wanted to make it a little bit more appealing, so put a little shaver on, I think they're called, in the middle, and change it to 2 lanes. Now we've got a little bit more action going on in this roundabout. Yeah, so it kind of worked out how I expected and how I wanted, so I'll leave you with this little end credit of the area, and thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you did. Thank you.